talk about the impact that alcohol has had on your life?
My husband was killed by a drunk driver, and that has been a huge impact. From the police report, it said that the guy was going approximately 70 miles an hour, which that's pretty fast around those corners because I drive it every day and going 55, 60. He lost control going around the corner, overcorrected, steered back the other way, and I guess did that whole thing a couple times. The Jeep flipped and landed upside down on the other side of the road, and Curtis was killed instantly. Come to find out, when all the results came back from the hospital and everything, the guy, at the time that he was at the hospital, his blood alcohol level was 0.08. But when an analysis was done back to the time of the accident, I was told that it was a 0.11. The guy driving wasn't killed, obviously. He had maybe a broken wrist, concussion, just kind of minor. I don't even think he was admitted to the hospital. But what happened with Curtis was when the Jeep flipped and he was on the outside, I guess it just snapped his neck. When the EMT people got there, which was about 5 minutes after they got the call that there was no response.
How did that event change the course of your life?
It changed my life because I had just had a baby. She was about 14 months old when that happened. Just had a house built, hadn't even closed or moved in or anything, and then all of a sudden I have no husband, no extra income, and I can't even pay for my house that was built. So I was like, what am I going to do? Then I had a baby, so she of course didn't understand. And how do you explain to a baby?
What would you say to someone who is consuming alcohol and may get into a car?
Think about how many other people, besides just them being in the car, that are impacted when something bad does happen, because I don't think anybody ever thinks anything will happen, you know? You just always have that feeling of, oh, nothing will happen to me, nothing will happen to me. And something might not even happen to you, but something might happen to somebody like me or my little girl. So really just have to ask yourself, when you've been drinking and you do decide to drive, if you're willing to take everybody else on the road, if you're willing to put their life in your hands, because that's what you're doing. I mean, it's so much easier to call a cab than it is to kill a friend or kill yourself or kill somebody that just is an innocent person. All it takes is just one time, and then you have to live with that for the rest of your life. Even after 5 years, it's still very, 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 very hard to deal with.